Today we will talk about the 10 most amazing facts of the world. Number 10. Hottest chili on the earth. The weapon-grade Dragon's Breath chili pepper is so hot it's downright deadly. It could potentially cause a type of anaphylactic shock, burning your airways and closing them up. I have tried it on the tip of my tongue and it just burned and burned. Said by hobby grower who invented the dragon breath along with scientists from Nottingham University. So why make such an impractical pepper as it turns out? The chili was initially developed to be used in medical treatment as an anesthetic that can numb the skin. On number 9, ocean contains 200,000 viruses. You might not want to think about the fact that the seemingly pristine water is home to almost 200,000 different kinds of viruses. While this may sound scary, Matthew Sullivan, a microbiologist at Ohio State University, told CNN having that roadmap of what viruses exist help us to do a lot of things we would be interested in to better understand the ocean, and I hate to say it, but maybe to have to engineer the ocean at some point to combat climate change. On number 8, it's Olympic as religion. The original Olympics began in the 5th century BC and were of course Greek, and like most things the ancient Greek did, they were connected to their worship of the gods. One difference between the ancient and modern Olympic Games is that the ancient games were played within the context of religion festival. The games were held in honor of Zeus, the king of Greek gods, and a sacrifice of 100 oxen was made to God on the middle of the day of the festival. Athletes prayed to the god for victory and made gifts of animal or small cakes in thanks for their success. On number 7, it's 4 quadrillion bacteria on the earth. Not all the bacteria are bad. In fact, some of those itty-bitty biological cells are actually good for us and aid the world in various and complex ways. And that's nice to know considering there are 4 quadrillion individual bacteria on the earth according to NPR. Bacteria are the most common and numerous organisms on the planet. Because they are so widely distributed and microscopic, counting all the bacteria on the face of Earth is an impossible task. This number is obviously an estimate. On number 6, Mount Everest is bigger now. Mount Everest may not have physically grown, having reached maturity a long time ago. However, the most recent measurement performed by surveyors representing China and Nepal has the mountain peak standing taller than we would thought in the past. Previous readings have ranged from 29,002 feet above the sea level in 1956 down to 29,029 in 1955, according to NPR. But after the long process of measuring the mountain with GPS devices, experts have now stated that Mount Everest stands at whopping 29,031.69 feet due to plate tectonics. On number 5, all pandas are loaned from China. The panda is a bear native to South Central China. The panda at your local zoo may look like it's a home to its cozy sanctuary. But unless you live in China, the pandas that were staying and just visiting, that's because everyone is a gentle giants in zoo around the world are on loan from China. On number 4, glaciers hold 69% of fresh water. Just over 96% of the total amount of world's water is held in its oceans, according to Water in Crisis, a guide to the world's freshwater resources via the United States Geology Survey (USGS). However, that's primarily saltwater. To find the bulk of the world's freshwater, you need to trek to the poles, as 68.7% of it is encased as in ice caps, permanent snow, and glaciers. Number 3, hummingbird can fly backwards. Hummingbirds have a unique ball and socket joint at the shoulder that allows the bird to rotate its wing 180 degrees in all directions. The shape of their wings are long, narrow, and tapered, which allows them to move more quickly and easily through the air. Additionally, the shoulder and elbow joints of the wings are very close to their tiny bodies, allowing the wings to tilt and pivot. These characteristics allow hummingbirds to change flight directions in a way other birds cannot. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards and upside down. On number 2, the quietest room in Microsoft. Silent is as golden as the sea, and while it may not be worth quite as much as jewels and gold to most people, it certainly was a primary goal for those who built the quietest room in the world. Located at Microsoft's headquarters in Redmond, Washington, the lab measures a background noise of minus 20.35 decibel, which is 20 decibels below the threshold of human hearing and breaks the previous records for the space that were deemed the planet's quietest places, according to CNN. And finally, on number 1, people who are alive are only 7%. According to Population Reference Bureau, since the time Homo sapiens first hit the scene 50,000 years ago, more than 108 billion members of our species have been born, and a large chunk of that number is alive right now. According to Bureau, the number of people alive today represents a whopping 7% of the total number of humans who have ever lived. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.